Testing, testing. What up, what up? Hope everyone's doing well. Had some data coming in this morning. Wanted to get a quick live stream going. Also, it looks like XRP could be about to make a pretty big move here, so figured fire up the stream. Roger, RPM, good to see you guys. Dave Nelson. Joe Brink, good to see you. Stefan, Allen. Let's go. Chat is popping. We'll have some exciting, we'll have some good stuff to go over this morning too. Anthony Mayorkas is going to be on too, which is always comical. So we'll have some decent stuff to watch this morning. I thought it was going to be a slow morning, but it actually looks pretty nice. So, wasn't going to live stream. That's why I started off a little early. And then I saw kind of some of the stuff going on this morning. I was like, I got to jump on. I got to jump on, go see what's happening. And I'm going to be watching it myself, so I might as well watch it with you guys, right? Linda, good to see you. DRM. Tomato Pete. Oh, chat's popping. Guys, make sure to drop a like on the stream if you're getting here early. Take a quick look at XRP before this stuff goes on. See, right now we're pushing on 72 cents. XRP is looking very nice where it's sitting at the moment, pushing on 72 cents. We'll continue to watch that. MKXRP, good to see you. Bishop, Defin, John Slack, good to see you. Defin has the numbers. TPO. I don't even know. To be honest, I don't even know what the comparison was. So okay, here we go. Hold on.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. Rick Santelli here, live on CME HQ with the breaking news of the morning. The cousin to CPI, we have the wholesale version, PPI, for October. Headline number expected up 0.2. Once again, delivers up 0.2. In the rearview mirror, it was zero unchanged. Zero unchanged would have been, we had 4 of those in 2024 thus far. Popping up 0.2 equals where we were in August. Find a higher number, you go to June when it was up 0.3. If you strip out food and energy, up 0.3, hotter than expected, hotter than the rear view mirror, up 0.3. That's the warmest since it was up 0.5 in June, equals where we were in August. Now, if we strip out food, energy, and trade, also hotter than expected, up 0.3, in the rear view mirror, up 0.1, hottest since July when it was up 0.4. Now, let's take a step back and do a year over year, a bigger view. 2.4 expected, 2.3 expected, 2.4 warmer than expected in the rear view mirror, 1.9, which was 1.8. 2.4 is the third highest reading of the year. To find a higher, you go to June, 2.9. Now, if we strip out food and energy on a year-over-year basis, expected 3%, rear view mirror 2.8. Comes in at 3.5. 3.5, that is, 3.1. 3.1, and that is hotter than expected. Strip out food, energy, and trade, that's 3.5. 3.5 is the warmest, going all the way back to March of last year. Now, these numbers are definitely warmer. If you look at initial claims, 217,000, that is 4,000 less than 221, which was last week, unrevised. 217 would be the lightest going back to May of 24. And finally, on continuing claims, they remain above 1.8 million, coming in darn close to expectations, 1,873,000, following a slightly revised 1,884,000. We see that yields have picked up a bit. I'm a little surprised, actually, that they haven't picked up more, considering, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty much every single number is hotter than the rear view mirror, and every single number outside of the headline up 0.2 is higher than expected. We've seen 2-year note yields move from 4.26 to 4.29, basically unchanged-ish. And we see 10-year note yields went from 4.43 to 4.45. 4.45 is also unchanged-ish. We're hovering very near the lowest closing yield since the first couple of days in July in a 10-year. And maybe the biggest story of late, outside of the big run in equities post-election, is the re-steepening of the yield curve and how the market seems to keep short rates like 2-year notes more in line with Fed expectations, which was evident yesterday in CPI, versus the long end, which seems to be paying attention to a variety of other issues. Becky, back to you.
Okay, Rick, thank you. For more on the data, we want to bring in Jerome Schneider. He's head of short-term portfolio management at PIMCO. Also, our very own Steve Leisman. And Steve, you go first. Tell us what else you're seeing in those numbers. Steve?
Yeah, something going on in demand for transportation and warehousing services. Not exactly sure what's going on there, whether or not, I don't know if that was strike related or something going on there. But that was a pretty big bump right there. Not sure if that was the reason. I had, according to my estimate, the ex-food energy in line with expectations. Didn't change the number, which was 0.3, but the Dow Jones forecast was for 0.3% on the ex-food energy. Look, this is definitely a bump hotter than expected in terms of the overall direction of things. Maybe you make it, it's in line or a little bit hotter on the month, but I think we're going through a bump here, not really sure. Most folks that I've read in terms of yesterday's CPI expect November to do better because of certain one-off things they think, like, for example, airline passengers yesterday. And Rick is exactly right. Guys, if you could put up,
better,
I don't think you put them up together, but, sorry?
Better meaning lower inflation, right?
Better meaning lower, yes, in terms of next month. If you could put up charts of the 2-year yesterday and the 10-year, I want to visually show you what Rick was talking about. So you see the 2-year yield, I guess it's up this morning. Yesterday it fell and stayed down while the 10-year went down and came back up. And that's why you did get that 8 basis point increase. Very interesting. I think Rick's got it exactly right. The 2 follows the Fed. The 10 has a lot of other things on its mind.
Very quickly, a little hotter than maybe. And
Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Hold on.
This is something that would call the Fed off from the expected cut in December?
Well, no, because they get another round of inflation reports in November before the next meeting.
Yeah, okay.
And before the November meeting. So there's reasons to think that
December.
The airline passenger thing, some other things in there, we'll see if they all net out. There were a few things that were down. The used car thing was a big issue. The 2.7% increase in used cars was a reason. People were like, well, that's not exactly what's going on. Also, the rent number is expected to come down. I don't know. I don't want to make like I'm looking at only the things that were higher than normal and saying, well, let's get rid of those things. But most of the economists I've read say they think things are going to improve in November before the next meeting. And it is also the way the market is betting. Now, I will say, Kugler this morning, maybe a little on the hawkish side. You had Barkin earlier this week said, hey, equal outcomes. Inflation could be stuck or it could improve. So we are getting a little bit of hawkish commentary from the Federal Reserve. The market continues to bet, and I will just check this number here. I had an 80% number before this number, and it's still up 77%, down a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, still a pretty big bet in the market. The Fed cuts in December.
All right, Jerome, you are in charge of short-term portfolio.
Okay. I mean, that's all we really need to hear. What we learned there is it looks like the Federal Reserve is going to be probably still cutting. They were kind of making a big deal, but I mean, inflation numbers came in line. And on top of inflation numbers coming in line, we also saw that job market's doing pretty good. So all of those are really good signs. Switch over here and just take a look at what's happening on XRP. We obviously see we're going in a little bit of a pump right now. I don't know if this has to do with the inflation numbers. It did kind of happen at the same time. I would imagine this isn't going to be any kind of massive catalyst on kind of a pump because the inflation numbers were kind of a whole lot of nothing. They were a whole lot of nothing. They came in just in line. So Sorry. Appreciate you guys pointing that out. My bad. For some reason, my volume resets low every single time, and I always forget to turn it back up. Yeah, we got it. Oh, no problem. Perfect. Yeah, I know where it needs to be. I just always forget it to set it there when I start the stream for some reason. I need to put like a note on my monitor, turn volume up. Nice little pump here though. Let's keep an eye on this. So Taylor, that's being picked up as like, is that legit? Because that could be a game changer for XRP. Guys, the news is that there's a potential scenario where cryptocurrencies in the United States do not have capital gains on them. XRP would obviously be a cryptocurrency issued by Ripple. It's funny how like when sometimes we don't want to say it's issued by Ripple and sometimes we do want it to be issued by Ripple. But in this case, I think we would want it to be issued by Ripple. And that would be a scenario in which XRP didn't have capital gains on it. Could be potentially massive. One, it makes it so XRP can be better used for its full intended use case, which is moving money all around the world. You don't really want to worry about the tax implication when doing that. But two, would give people a massive incentive to invest in XRP. If AB says it's legit, yeah. And guys, I'm actually going to be on the Good Morning Crypto show today at 11. So keep an eye out for that. How's the DXY looking? We can take a look at the DXY in a minute. I want to watch this XRP pump. The DXY, I've talked about this briefly. The DXY might be doing something that's completely unpredicted by us. I thought for a long time the dollar was going to be going down substantially, but what I'm hearing is that Trump's tariffs could massively change the entire equation. So I don't think the dollar is going to be impactful as it was before because we are getting a lot more things to the market that are more important than the dollar. The dollar was extremely important when there was no cryptocurrency policy. But now that we're getting cryptocurrency policy and things like potentially no tax on a cryptocurrency like XRP, I mean, that would massively change the equation, right? That would massively change the equation. So I don't know. The dollar is still probably important to some degree, but I don't think nearly as important as it was previously. XRP ETH is getting tasty. We can take a look at XRP ETH for sure. I know you said something about that, Taylor, in the chat this morning. We keep XRP ETH. ETH. Wow, that's a big candle. Very, very interesting. Let me put this on a weekly chart and then I'll share it with you guys in a second. Continuing claims. Okay, they're still talking about nothing on CNBC. I need to okay. So let's take a look at XRP ETH real quick. Here we go on that front. As you can see, we have had this. It's not as clean as the XRP to Bitcoin price chart. But as you can see, we've had Ethereum. Ethereum kind of has a couple different tiers where XRP to Ethereum trades in. But we kind of fell through this bottom tier. And we actually just rebounded back above it. So if we zoom in here, we can see that XRP is actually putting in a massive move against Ethereum and kind of reclaiming this previous zone that it held above. So super interesting to see us rebounding back above this support line and kind of reclaiming it. And Taylor, you're absolutely right. This does look very good for XRP against Ethereum. We can press this chart a little bit. We can really see that the move could be something where we bounce around in here for a bit and then make a move back up to these higher levels against Ethereum. We'll take a look at XRP to BTC also, because why not? I think this chart's looking really good. I actually talked about it briefly this morning with some people. Some people were asking me, hey, when was the time to swap? So when is the time to swap XRP for Bitcoin or Bitcoin for XRP? And the time to swap Bitcoin for XRP is here, right? It's like we're at that point. Like very few times in history do we come down and touch this zone so clearly. And almost every single time XRP has massively outperformed against Bitcoin afterwards. So this would be that time, right? Like capitulation there. And then if we zoom out a bit, Take a look at the last times we've been down here, right? Like you're not making a bad bet thus far in history if you're swapping Bitcoin for XRP here. So there's something to keep in mind. The other thing I want to do a caveat to that also though is like, you know, I'm not always the biggest fan of moving out of Bitcoin, right? Like if you take a look at history, there hasn't been too many good times in history to sell Bitcoin. It's something where you just kind of want to hold as much Bitcoin as possible. And same with XRP, right? You just want to accumulate the asset. So a little bit more of a trader mentality, but if you were looking for a time to switch from Bitcoin to XRP, historically, now would be the time to do it, right? No telling if that's going to change in the future. Let's flip back to Fiat League because I see a lot of people talking about XRP moving right now. 73 cents there, but I have a feeling it looks a little better. Bits, yeah. I want to get a boom. One of the Fiat League booms. We're breaking out of a pretty key level right now. Guys, I think we could get to $1 very quickly. I really think we could get to $1 very, very quickly. Guys, make sure to smash the like button on the stream. Really appreciate everyone doing that. It helps a lot. We want as many people to know about XRP as possible, and you guys can do your part just by liking the stream. So Fiat League pulls exchange data from every single exchange or most of the major exchanges. So it just depends on what exchange is being looked at, right? Oh, Jeremy, you saw me in XRP Unleashed? Dude, how was I? Did I do good? I still haven't seen it. So everyone's telling me they saw me in XRP Unleashed. Did I do a good job? I have no idea. I have no idea what it ended up like. I was so nervous when I was doing it. I was like, oh, I'm going to look like a mess. Jeremy, did it turn out all right? Let's hope Alex Cobb is still asleep. Oh, Jeremy, I'm dying to know how I did. I'm dying to know how I did. XRP Unleashed is, oh, awesome. XRP Unleashed Boston this weekend, Sunday. I'm going to be there. If anyone's in the Boston area and wants to come see me, I'll be at XRP Unleashed in... Oh, awesome, Jeremy. Cool, cool, cool. Oh, I can't wait to see it. No, I'm like bringing like my mom, like some of my friends. Okay, awesome. I'm hoping I like don't see my section and I'm like embarrassing. No boom? I don't know where the boom is. Where is the boom? Play sound when... Should get one. Maybe it's my computer volume? No, I don't know. No boom. Oh. Oh, you meant Jimmy Valley? Oh, Jimmy's great. Jimmy's great. It's unfortunate. Jimmy got a little bit of a bad rap for some things that I think a lot of people misunderstood, but Jimmy's a great guy. Great guy. Great guy. I think I think a lot of people misunderstood what he was trying to do and put some assumptions, but no, Jimmy's great. I'm new here. XRP to the moon in 2024. Well, what we're watching right now, I believe, is pretty exciting for XRP's movement. So, Mickle 2 times. That's so funny. It's only when I live stream. It's going to bring Bitcoin mining back to the USA. Oh, Joey, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Mickle, you need to come back to the Quantum Summit in March. I think I'll be going to the Quantum Summit. Absolutely. That was a ton of fun. Yeah, I've been talking to Mel about it on the back end. The problem is, though, and I absolutely love Mel. Mel sends me so many text messages I can't keep up. I'm like, Mel, just tell me what I need to know. Got a million other things to do here, but I absolutely love Mel. I'll definitely be back for the next Quantum Summit. Quantum Summit, XRP Vegas. You'll see me at both of those for sure. Lots of new subscribers coming in. Guys, if you're watching the live stream right now on X or YouTube, make sure to drop a like on the stream, subscribe. Really appreciate you being here. Love getting new subscribers. Love getting new subscribers. And it's cool to see new people in the XRP community. If you're new and you're not used to like anything about XRP, ask a question. Like, seriously, I'm one of the few people who I think absolutely loves getting new questions from new people, and there are no dumb questions. I even like some of the FUD. I like the pushback. I'm actually like a little disappointed that there really hasn't been any FUD and any pushback recently, because it makes my job too easy. Tell Leo DiCaprio you're coming for his job. Oh, that's so funny. No, I really enjoyed doing it. I think I did a good job. I had a lot of fun talking about it with the XRP Unleashed people, and it's going to be a great documentary. Like, anyone watching this, like, I highly suggest you check out that documentary. It is going to make such a big difference in educating people on XRP, and I just know they put so much time and effort into it. Like, I think it's like 10 or 15 bucks. Like, it's so worth it. Mary Cox, there should be a link in the description of this video to join as a member. There's a couple different ways to do it, but really appreciate the support. I saw that RPM, the BlackRock build thing. I don't know specifically really what that is yet. I think it's just a yield farming tool, essentially. Should I carry both XRP and XLM? I'm a bigger fan of XRP, but I used to hold a little bit of XLM. Jeremy Johnson, so would you recommend the documentary? Did it beat your expectations? Because I thought the production quality from all the trailers was out of this world. Oh yeah, Scam loves to FUD XRP, but he knows it's great. He's just a Bitcoin maxi, guys. Everyone wants to pump their own bags to a certain degree. When is the documentary available to the general public? I'm not entirely sure. I think pretty soon after the last screening. Whatever happened to Flare? Flare's still doing good things. Flare's still doing good things just behind the scenes. Guys, make sure if you're chilling here right now, drop a like on the stream. Really appreciate everyone who does that. It makes a massive difference and it gets new people in here. So if you want more people to start getting into XRP, if we want to grow this community, the easiest thing you can do is like and share the stream. Retweet the stream, like it, huge difference. Flare is still building, great chain. Yeah, Flare is just a little earlier in the development cycle. And that's one of the things I try to stress to people. Like, guys, XRP's been around for 10, 13 years, right? Like, Flare has been around for 2. So we can't expect the same news cycle and the same amount of things happening for Flare than XRP. XRP's just been around so long. And I always try to tell people that when they allocate into the space. Oh, Jeremy, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I think they blew it out of the water. I do think they blew it out of the water, and I'm so excited to see it. And also, I'm not sure, Jeremy, if you got to meet the directors, Maya and Chris, but they're absolutely incredible as well. So November 21st. Awesome. Public launch is November 21st. Yeah, Maya and Chris like deserve the world. They put so much time, effort, and money into this thing. Like, I just want to see it succeed for them. Really do. Rejoice, thank you for subscribing. And guys, I hope you like the new little animation that shows up when you subscribe. If you subscribe, if you do anything, you should get a little animation in the bottom of the screen. No one can compete. Flare bring DeFi to 1.4 billion Chinese. No one can compete with XRP. It's history. XDC Sui news. I haven't been watching XDC or Sui too closely. I have nothing against either of those chains. In fact, I think both XRP and Sui can be very successful. My only problem is it just seems like every single time there's a new fast chain out there, everyone just goes, oh, Mary Cox, thank you for becoming a member. Really appreciate that. Every single time there's like a new fast chain out there, everyone switches and says, okay, this is the new chain to like win. So I don't know. The XRP community just has a lot of loyalty that not a lot of other chains have built up, in my opinion. Oh, you have photos? Oh, well, shoot them to me in a XDM. Shoot them to me in XDM. You should be able to DM me even if it says you can't, and then I'll see them in all in Sui. Have any thoughts on Quant? Yeah, I think Quant's a really interesting project. It's just it's kind of in a position right now where they're waiting on regulations. XLR is going to be big. I do think XLR is going to be big. They're building all the right partnerships, and cross-chain interoperability is going to be huge. Big fan of what XLR is doing. I haven't checked on what XLR's price looks like in a while. Let me check. AXL. Yeah, honestly, still pretty decent opportunity. John Joseph, good morning. I think XLR will probably be pretty big. It's one of those cryptocurrencies that will probably pump big, and I'll probably sit there saying, oh, wow, I wish I allocated more when I had the chance. Maybe that means I should do some allocation today. Thomas Tyler, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's always funny, right? Like, got to check the bank account, see what I can afford. I've been buying a lot of XRP recently. I've been purchasing a lot more XRP, topping off the bags. You know, it's going to be a shame when we get to the point in history where I can no longer purchase XRP. Like, to me, that's going to be a sad day. What is this charge? Trying to figure out if I have more money to purchase with XRP, and now I'm checking my credit card statement. Like, where did that come from? You know, it's always so annoying when like you have a charge and it's like the most like non-obvious name for the business, and you look it up and you're like, oh wait, that makes sense. I'll be too busy jumping up and down for joy. It's 11:14 and today would be a great day for Gary Gensler to resign. Yeah, any day. Any day. Staking XLR? Yeah, staking XLR is definitely a great opportunity. Oh, I'm so dumb. Literally, what I was trying to figure out was like my rent. I paid rent, and that's what I couldn't figure out. Makes sense. Robinhood lets you receive XRP now. Yep. Crypto Aries has mentioned over 40 coins at least. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't really like to focus on a lot of the smaller cryptocurrencies. Like when XRP is trading at $10 to $15, I'll probably focus on other cryptocurrencies, right? But like, you know, I just don't understand really the point in focusing on other cryptocurrencies when XRP is at such a great price. Like XRP to me is like the best deal in the entire market. So like every single time I buy a different cryptocurrency, it's like, wow, this is money that could be going to XRP. And then it's like hard to justify, why would I be spending money on this cryptocurrency when I could be buying more XRP? So might be an unpopular opinion for some people who like to live a little bit more diversified, but you know, I'm just a bigger fan of concentrating into my areas of confidence, which in no question is going to continue to be XRP. This is a great quote by FLR. We have hit the tipping point for mainstream adoption for digital assets, real world use cases. Financial institutions are now understanding this, and we are excited to play our part in helping them embrace the technology by bringing their assets to the XRP. Wow. Whoa. That's quite the statement. Archex specifically says financial institutions are now understanding that cryptocurrencies are going to play an important role in the future financial system, and we are helping them bring their assets to the XRP ledger. Massive statement right there. And I'll got to tweet this out real quick. Wow, that's a crazy. That's the kind of partnerships that Ripple can make that are going to drive real world adoption for the XRP ledger. Great to see what a great partner Archex is looking to be. Super excited to see what Archex can do. Oh, that's an interesting comment there. No, Elon didn't offer to buy Ripple, the company. That's just rumors. I think Charles knows the plan for RLUSD and wants it to be ported to Cardano. I could see that. That's a great comment. Mr. Intuitive, good to see you. Mr. Intuitive, you're the only one in the X comments right now. I literally have X comments open just so I can see you comment on the stream. The road least traveled. Oh, man. Mr. I, how do you think the self-loathers are doing right now? XP Market, good to see you. Good to see you. GM. Me too. So Mickle, please get homeless so you can allocate the money into XRP. Dude, if I had something to sell right now, I would. I got nothing to sell. Love to put more money into XRP, but I'm running out of money to put in there. Guys, make sure you're always popping into checking out XP Market. They've got a great website. Great website. Learn a lot about the XRP ledger and maybe even get into some yield farming and get yourself some free XPM tokens. Make sure to check that out. Mr. I walking to the finish line by himself over on X. Well, I love the X platform, but like it's just like the live streams there. There's just not a lot of comments. I don't know. I don't know why there's like so much less comments on X than YouTube, but stay warm up there, Mr. I. Oh yeah, no, it's getting cold. Me and Mr. I, we're in the cold big time up here. So Mr. I said the self-loather said, "How could this be?" Yeah, I don't know. Anyone notice that Bill Morgan only tweets when the price goes down, then the price goes up, and suddenly he's like over it. She's not Roger. She is not providing me any useful loan. I've got enough XRP. I've got enough XRP. Trust me. I've got enough XRP over here, but like it never feels like I have enough. It never feels like I have enough. Guys, also massive shout out to Silver Days, man. Silver Days figured out that he can actually help clean up the comment section on some of my videos. And just the fact that he would even go out of his way to help me out with something like that, like huge shout out to you, Silver Days. It's incredible. It's incredible that you'd go out of your way to help out with something like that, and I really appreciate it. So, thank you so much for doing that. Elaba, don't share the amount of XRP you have, but appreciate you letting me know. You never want to tell people how much money you have over the internet, even if it doesn't seem a lot. XP Market, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the gifted donations. That's incredibly generous of you. Thank you. Oh, look at all the people getting gifted donations. Love this. Matt Becker, Tin2 XRP, Joe, Crazy, Floor, Death Racing, or Racing Death. Awesome. Guys, say thank you to XP Market for that donation. Yeah, Silver Days, I appreciate you doing a little extra legwork to make that happen. I mean, talk about just doing something that's on your own accord. I had lost my wallet in a boating accident. Very tragic. Yeah, get those excuses going. Gary Gensler resigning is going to send XRP flying. I'm firmly convinced of it. I think that's the next big catalyst. That's the next big date. Gary Gensler stepping down. Oh, this is a great tweet by JD Vance. The main issue with Matt Gaetz is that he used his office to prosecute his political opponents and authorize federal agents to harass parents who are peacefully protesting at school board meetings. Oh wait, that was actually Merrick Garland, the current attorney general. Some heat coming over from Matt Gaetz, which is cool to see. I don't know. I would be perfectly fine with seeing Matt Gaetz in the attorney general role. I think a lot of people are sweating for a very good reason about seeing Matt Gaetz there. Magic Mickle. Is Fiat Leak delayed? Fiat Leak, it brings together a lot of different exchanges. So all exchanges kind of have a different price for XRP. It's going to be very close to one another, but Fiat Leak just pulls the aggregation of those prices. A lot of people talking about the no capital gains implications. I mean, that's huge. I mean, talk about an incentive to bring your business to the United States, your cryptocurrency business. That would instantly make the United States the cryptocurrency capital of the world, like overnight. And this is something I talked about real quickly. This is something I've talked about a lot. Like, look, I was not a fan of what was happening to cryptocurrency companies in the United States, but I did say it could be reversed very quickly with a couple pro-crypto policies. And this is a great example of it, right? Do something like that, and suddenly all the policies are completely reversed. So it is interesting to see, like, suddenly, instantaneously overnight, oh, wow, cryptocurrency policy can be dramatically turned around in the United States with something like no capital gains taxes in the US for cryptocurrency. I mean, if that happened, man, that would be the most bullish thing ever. The most bullish thing ever. It would create some issues though. Like it's hard for me to see a situation where that works, where like some cryptocurrencies, it's like, oh, no capital gains, and others like, oh, there's capital gains. We'll take a quick look at the yen and the dollar. It always wants to show me USD JPY, not JPY. JPY Let's take a look at that first, because I think that's the more interesting chart. This is continuing to plummet. Let me share my screen real quick. This is continuing to plummet. Take a look at this. It looks like we're once again potentially breaking out to a new low on the yen. And if we zoom out and take a look at what this looks like on the larger scale, I think we got to go to the month to see the whole thing. Zoom out and take a look. Yeah, as you can see, we're kind of falling to no man's territory on the yen. Some people believe this could be a major catalyst for XRP if you do see the yen ultimately kind of death spiral and maybe approach a situation where it's unrecoverable on the yen. So that's what's happening to the yen right now. Continuing to push downward, and I think Trump and his tariffs are going to put a lot more pressure on the yen. With that said, I think it's actually very possible that we're no longer looking at a situation where the US dollar is going to be dropping into oblivion. I think it's actually very possible that we're now looking at a scenario where the US dollar is actually much stronger than many people initially anticipated. And that's because of new policy coming in. And I don't think that's bad for cryptocurrency, right? I don't think that's necessarily bad for cryptocurrency. Let me talk about an interesting dynamic here. Trump wants to make the dollar weaker, but a lot of people think Trump's policies are actually going to make the dollar stronger. I don't think it's going to hurt cryptocurrency, but it's very possible that Trump's tariffs and building more stuff in America is actually going to make the dollar stronger. And I think that's why you're seeing this substantial move on the dollar right now. Now, the reason why I don't think this is bad for cryptocurrency is just because there's so much going on in the market that is pro cryptocurrency. There's so much going on that is going to fuel cryptocurrencies on a fundamental level. I just don't know how important the dollar is going to be to the equation anymore. The dollar was very important when we thought the United States government was trying to ban cryptocurrency, and there's nothing we could do to recover from that. But because we are now in a situation where it actually is looking a lot more promising for innovation in the United States and making it so cryptocurrencies can prosper, it puts us in a scenario where it is kind of like, hey, how important is the dollar to the equation anymore? When there was no progress on the cryptocurrency front, it was very important. Now, since we're having a lot more progress on the cryptocurrency front, the dollar is not the most important thing anymore. It might be the second or third most important thing. So the dollar kind of becomes less and less important as we have more important things coming into play. And I think probably cryptocurrency regulations is probably 20 times more important than the dollar. So it's still something to watch, but I don't think the dollar is going to be this huge thing we need to pay attention to anymore now that we have more important catalysts. I know about the carry trade. I certainly have read a lot about the carry trade. For me, it's more of just what impact is that going to have on the cryptocurrency market, right? Like how influential, how important is that going to be? And I think that's what how does that apply to like something like XRP? And that's what I'm still trying to really, really, really develop an understanding for. Yeah, I don't know how important I think Cardano is going to be to the future of cryptocurrency, but I hope it is important. I hope Cardano does really well. I'm not massively bullish on Cardano like I am XRP. A lot of people are talking about the SEC dropping or settling all ongoing crypto cases. Another thing is the Ripple IPO, guys. This is going to massively open the window for a Ripple IPO because the whole reason Ripple wouldn't IPO before was because, well, let's face it, Gary Gensler would never let it happen. That can change very quickly with a more pro cryptocurrency SEC, and we could see a Ripple IPO a lot sooner than initially anticipated. So it's really exciting how quickly all these timelines suddenly accelerate now that we have an administration that's willing to work with us rather than against us. See what else we got. 237 likes. That's incredible, guys. Thank you so much for liking this stream. We have about 1,500 people in here. XRP on a small little dip here, but it looks like more of just a healthy little pullback. Ripple doesn't need the money. Ripple doesn't need the money, but the notoriety is very important. The notoriety is extremely important for Ripple to build trust in their business, and that's what an IPO would do. It's not about the money. It's about building trust and getting their name out there to some of the biggest street firms on the street. Coins Kid said if we go below 48, I don't know how worried I am about going below 48 cents right now, but if we get closer, maybe we can talk about that. I would say right now I'm relatively unworried about being close to 48 cents. Direct listing is also possible. They're all very similar to an IPO. IPO is just kind of shorthand for going public. They're all pretty much the same thing. There's different mechanics on the back end in terms of where the money goes, if money's raised and everything like that. But the important thing to realize is ultimately you become a public company. MKXRP, I'm going on GMC this morning. So I'll be on GMC. Yeah. Keep an eye out for that. I'll be on there at 11 a.m. Eastern today. Busy day for me. Wasn't going to live stream this morning, but saw kind of the chart doing something fun. Had some PPI numbers. Oh, I totally missed Mayorkas on CNBC. I thought that was going to be so funny. Oh, damn it. Maybe I didn't miss it yet. I don't remember seeing him pop up there. Let's see. Why burn XRP? The world needs it for liquidity. Well, it's nice to make it deflationary. I like being invested in a deflationary currency. Keeping an eye on CNBC right now, just making sure we didn't miss anything good. Damn, I wanted to see that. I thought it'd be funny. Thought Joe would grill him pretty hard. Ethan, what did you just post from Vet? I think I saw that earlier. Guys, just wait for what XRP is going to do when this case is dismissed. Definitely going to buy a ton of Ripple when IPO, then going into... Yeah, and you could buy shares beforehand too, John. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to get shares prior to IPO. If anyone wants IPO shares prior to an IPO, link in my X channel, link in most of the video description for the mastermind group. That's where to do it. Jay, good to see you. Good morning. Good morning. GM. Yeah, it looks like I missed my Mayorkas. That's all right. All right, guys. With that said, I got to jump. Looks like we could be getting a nice little pump here again. So we'll keep our eye out on that. Maybe something happens later. I'll be on GMC also at 11, so don't miss that. Abs, good to see you. Abs, just telling everyone I'm going to be on in a minute. All right, cool. I will catch you guys later. Guys, thank you so much for coming. You guys absolutely blew up this stream. Smash the like button on your way out just to make